So when you compose, do you like live arrangements, like live orchestra while recording, or is it do you like to use more of technology?
That's an interesting question because I like to use a blend of both. Because I am an arranger primarily. Although I am a pianist, I consider myself an organic arranger first because I like to write symphonies. I like to write my music and give it to the orchestras rather than just program, produce, and work as a keyboard player. Even my songs that I do a lot of live stuff.
Right.
Because I like the vibe of working with other musicians. So this musical side of me likes to collaborate, work with musicians. Even when I do something, I like to get guys, come on, let's throw in your stuff, and we used to jam and create stuff also. So there are instances where I do that. In fact, there are a lot of instances where I do that.
Right.
But I also like to use technology, not in the sense of making your work easy, but I use technology in such a way that it becomes a part of the live orchestra. It becomes integrated with the live music. Because I am a huge fan of live music.
Right.
And I think that is I believe and hope that that's going to become the future. Because music is usually defined by how live musicians play. That was what music always used to be.
Right.
Because technology came in different forms, and they got technologies to correct singers' voices. They got technologies to correct musicians playing, so many things. Got so many compressors, all those technical stuff, so many devices came and sound quality improved. What you hear on your speakers, the final product is now actually way different from what we record in the studio. There is enough technology to modify
Right.
so many aspects of a song.
Right.
But at the end of the day, music is meant to touch you. Music is meant to connect to your heart. So that way, I always like the fact that there is somebody playing. When somebody is playing along with you, you always feel it. You always feel the connect. Because I was brought up as a live musician. I come from a 100% live background, I should say. My stint in the studio has been much less compared to what my stint in the live circuit has been.
Right.
So I always enjoy doing live music, but I also like to incorporate, as I told you, the music technologist side in me likes to incorporate the electronic or technological aspects of music into live music.
Right.
So that's how I see my productions.
Right. And Navneeth, we were talking about playing live. That also reminds me that you also played in a lot of concerts. So what is the best part about playing in a live concert?
The best part of playing in a live concert is that you actually see the audience react to you instantly. Because actually, as a child, what drove me towards music was the fact that whenever I played, there was always somebody enjoying it, and it changed somebody's life. It actually, it used to change a moment, a sad moment into a happy moment. If it changes for somebody, it actually lets you know that you have changed you have made some soul happy, and it touches you. So that was always a driving force for any artist. So that was my prime motivating factor when I started playing live. And whenever I see somebody happy in the crowd when I play, it always motivates me.
Right.
So I like to see smiles on the faces of people. Even as a person, I am like that. I'm naturally inclined towards making others happy. Even when I'm not playing, even when I'm just talking, I like to just, if I can do something to make somebody happy, I'll generally go ahead and do it. So that's my personality. So when I can do that through music, that's the best thing, right? So right. I always felt really blessed and grateful for being a musician.
Right.
So the best place to transition that blessing is by playing live. So on stage, when you go, you basically see the crowd. They are eager to see what you can do, and they are happy when you actually do a good performance.
Right.
and even on your bad days, they excuse you for it, because they are, at the end of the day, they just want to listen to music. Nobody judges you. Nobody, like, there is no bad feelings on a stage. So that is actually a great place to be. A stage is actually a great place for any artist.
Right.
So that way, I have always been tempted to be on the live stage. In fact, if there is a period where there are no live shows, or if I don't get to interact with people, I tend to get a little restless. Okay, there has to be a show, and whenever a show comes, it's like mind-boggling. It never tires me, or I can do a 3-hour, 4-hour performance. It just doesn't tire you. It actually makes you refreshed. You feel so energized, and you have the next day actually feels so positive. So that aspect of live is actually very attractive for an artist.
Right. So at the age of 8, you started playing keyboard. That's a really young age. Where did that interest come in?
Interest came because, as I told you, I had this technology.
Yeah.
As a child, I was very interested in maths and physics. I always used to get 100 on 100 on math and physics in my school. So I liked numbers, I liked frequencies. When I heard music, I somehow got into music theory and stuff at a very young age.